Well, hello everyone and welcome to Unleashed Dogs Without Limits. I'm Carl Metzler and we're back again with another great show. This week we're at the inaugural OC AdventureFest with our good friends from the Hogs and Heroes Foundation and some amazing canine related organizations that have become very near and dear to our hearts. It's all about giving back this week on Unleashed. There are over 86 million dogs in the United States, but only a select few are considered elite working or sporting dogs. From police and military canines to hunting and sporting dogs and everything in between, meet the dogs your dog aspires to be. Get ready to see man's best friend in a whole new light. This is Unleashed.
I'm Cliff Sutherland. I'm one of the event organizers for OC AdventureFest. My partners and I had done motorcycle rallies and originally started the OC Bike Fest in Ocean City, Maryland. And Hogs and Heroes president, Andy Muchler, contacted us and we used their organization for security. And it's a wonderful organization with great causes, and they give back like 91% of the money they raise to the local areas they raise it in. And Andy Muchler contacted me and said, hey, we have this idea in Ocean City, Maryland. And so he came up with the idea of some canine training, and we talked about some concerts in the convention center and helping our police and military. And then we turned around, and because of the police and military, thought what a great idea to have a gun show, because it just all fit.
I'm Andrew Devil Doc Muchler, National President and founder of the Hogs and Heroes Foundation. The Hogs and Heroes Foundation started in 2007 with family and friends riding together and doing charitable work for our mission-related type events, where we would give everything we made to either a fire department charity, a military charity, or a police department charity. The basic type of support that we give is doing flag lines for either police officers killed in the line of duty, firefighters killed in the line of duty, veterans, retired police officers, retired firefighters. When someone dies, we stand silent tribute at the funeral home, church, and graveside during those events. Then we get into the fundraising aspect of it, where we hold fundraising events to support our #1 charities. So the fundraising aspect of what we do is important to those organizations because, quite frankly, a lot of them could not survive and do what they do without the financial support that we and other organizations provide to them. Plus, there's the awareness aspect of it too. Every time we have an event, it brings awareness to what they're doing, and it brings awareness to what we do to try to help them.
I'm in the Harley business. I have a store in Morgantown, West Virginia. And I can tell you that bikers are the most charitable group in the United States. They fundraise for everything, and they look for those opportunities. By nature, the lifestyle of motorcycling is camaraderie, and so they're always looking for ways to help support. And of course, Hogs and Heroes has their own, but they are the most giving group of people, and it always comes from the heart.
What a great event. It was a big success, and because of it, OC AdventureFest and the Hogs and Heroes Foundation were able to donate over $20,000 to some incredible charities. It was really a privilege to be a part of this great event. And after the break, we want to introduce you to some of the organizations that came out, spent the weekend with us at OC AdventureFest.
For your active dog, not just any dog food will do. It takes special care and nutrition to support their energy to work and play. That's why we made Kinetic Performance Dog Food. Each Kinetic formula is made with 3 animal proteins and no fillers like corn, wheat, or soy. This lets you feed less and still get more energy, faster recovery, and better weight maintenance. If health and performance matter to you, give Kinetic a try. We build it for our dogs, but you'll love it for yours.
When it comes to elite canine and handler training, the best of the best turn to one place, Von Lick Kennels. Von Lick is the premier full-service canine training center and detection service provider in the world. Their world-renowned training methods and experienced training staff produce the best canine and handler training available anywhere. When only the best will do, join over 5,000 law enforcement, government, and civilian agencies who count on Von Lick Kennels. Feel like the season just got started? Well, there's no reason to stop hunting now. At Highland Hunting, you can enjoy a great upland experience through the end of March. Located in southeast Iowa, we have over 1,200 acres of diverse upland habitat with the best flying and wildest birds you'll find at any upland outfitter. Our incredible staff and great accommodations let us show you a true Iowa upland experience at Highland Hunting. Give us a call and schedule your next adventure today.
Welcome back to Unleashed. This week we're in Ocean City, Maryland at OC AdventureFest, spending some time with some incredible canine-related charities. You know, back in season 1 of Unleashed, we introduced you to Canine Hurricane and his handler, Marshall Merarkey. As you'll recall, Hurricane was the Secret Service canine that stopped the fence jumper at the White House in 2014 when the president and his family were in the residence. That altercation on the north grounds of the White House came with a price tag for Hurricane, one that would ultimately lead to his retirement. Now, Hurricane has received a whole host of awards and commendations, including the Secret Service Order of Merit, the Homeland Security Medal of Valor, the PDSA Order of Merit, and he was the first recipient of the Animals in War and Peace Distinguished Service Medal. And now, with all that notoriety, Hurricane is giving back through his charity, Hurricane's Heroes.
Hi, I'm Lisa. I am Hurricane's mom and now wife to his handler, Marshall Merarkey. Right now we are in Ocean City, Maryland for the AdventureFest. We just had a full day of demonstrations and a ton of vendors and booths, all related to guns and military and canines. Our booth was here for Hurricane's Heroes. So Hurricane's Heroes is a 501c3, and we raise money to pay for the medical bills for retired working dogs in military and government. Ultimately, I hope one day our charity doesn't need to exist, but currently the problem is when many working dogs retire, a lot of federal government dogs specifically, there's no medical coverage. So these dogs are retiring in their later years of life after having worked for our country. Many of these dogs have illness, cancer, or they're worn. So by the time they retire, they always need medical attention. And not having that medical care, it puts a burden on the handler and the family of the handler. And sometimes they're left making tough decisions. And these dogs deserve more than that. Not that every handler would want to give their dog the world, but if anyone's had a dog that's sick, these medical bills can be astronomical. And sometimes just figuring out the root of what's going on before you can even treat the problem is expensive. So to be able to say, you know what, we're going to help you do whatever it takes to give this dog the best chance of having the longest life in retirement ever because of what they've done for our country, that's the solution, is to cover those medical bills so that nobody has to make those hard decisions. This nonprofit not only impacts the dog itself, but everyone that the dog is surrounded by, family members, other people within the military group or the government team that they work with. So it spreads, it has legs. Coming to something like this for us is a lot of work, but it is so fun. We're telling people about our mission, we're setting up booths, selling merchandise. Often Marshall's giving the speeches. Me being in this chair right now is not the norm. I really am a behind the scenes person, and that's that's where I fit and thrive. So yeah, but I love it, and I love the dogs, meeting the dogs at these events. We also host our own annual events, and we bring in the retired dogs. Just meeting them and seeing them healthy and happy, and their handlers just so passionate about helping the cause as well, because firsthand they see the impact. It's like the best day ever. Hurricanes, people are always funny with Hurricane because they see other people like approaching him, but they're like, still, can I pet him? Which is great. There's a learning curve here with working dogs of you should ask, especially if they're working, if you can pet them. But he's super friendly, and he's a ham. He lives for these moments and the attention. And so bringing him out and seeing him excited and happy and people just loving him as much as we do, it's a really special thing that we can keep doing this over and over and over again. But for sure, Hurricane draws in the people and helps us promote the mission. Well, I think what makes Hurricane so lovable is how vicious he can be. He has his titanium teeth, and he's a bite dog, and he'll bite you on command, but he's also just so lovable, and he's engaging. He's not just looking around you, he wants to look at you, and he wants you to pet him and give him a ball or a treat or just tell him he's a good boy. But yeah, every moment matters with him, and just being able to have him here at all these events is really important to us, because we want everyone to know about him and the other working dogs and just how amazing they are.
Are you tired of the same old toolbox that doesn't keep your gear organized, clean, or protected? Then you need a cam locker. Our exclusively designed aluminum toolboxes have hefty T-handles, insulated lids, and feature the cam locker system, the toughest aluminum toolbox lock. Proudly manufactured in the USA, Cam Locker will be the best and last toolbox you will ever own. So keep your tools and gear secure with a Cam Locker toolbox, the key to security.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Ask Safari Insurance in Cincinnati if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Oh, now you do your job.
No matter what you feed, sometimes your dog needs a little help to keep them at the top of their game. For some dogs, it can even mean the chance to just live a normal, healthy life. Our Kinetic supplements are formulated to meet specific needs to get and keep your dog at optimal health and performance. Your dog will love them, and you'll be amazed at the difference they make. If your dog needs an extra boost, give Kinetic a try. We build it for our dogs, and you'll love it for yours.
It's not a secret that the men and women who protect this country and our communities are dealing with a whole host of issues that are contributing to more than 22 service member suicides each and every day. Last year, we introduced you to Chris Hardy and his team at U.S. Kennels, who are fighting this, and they've discovered that there's no better medicine than man's best friend.
My name is Chris Hardy, Executive Director and Founder of U.S. Kennels. Today, or this weekend, we're here at Ocean City AdventureFest in Ocean City, Maryland. We had a great crowd come through so far, had some of our veterans come out, socialize them and their dogs, but had a good time, good show. U.S. Kennels, we're basically a nonprofit 501c3. We're located out of Salisbury, Maryland, and basically what we do, our mission is to really take two things in life that's been kicked to the curb, shelter dogs and disabled veterans. So we'll basically go out to local shelters, dog rescues, look for potential service dogs. We got everything from pit bulls to Yorkies to Great Danes, you name it. And then what we do is we'll take them in for a little bit, train, make sure they're capable of being a service dog. The training process is kind of lengthy. A lot of people think you can train a service dog in a couple months. Average for us is about a year, depending on the disability. But with this program, there's no cost while the veterans and first responders are in the program. There's no cost to them whatsoever. We pay for everything. We pay for the adoption fee, pay for the vet bills, the dog food, the training, the equipment, everything while they're in the program. You figure as far as military-wise, we've come out of the longest war in U.S. history, Afghanistan. That was over, what, 20 plus years? So, we have all these veterans coming back from Afghanistan now that we've drawn out of Afghanistan. A lot of these men and women are coming back and they really have no one to turn to. So they turn to substances, if it's drugs, alcohol, whatever the case may be. Suicide, I know everyone's heard 22 a day. Well, it's way above that, way above that. I've had 1 or 2 veterans call me wee hours in the morning, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Chris, I'm sitting here with a gun in my hand. And I'm on the phone going, oh, but they're like, Chris, I'm all right. My dog came over to me, put his head in my lap, and gave me those eyes. And so, they're always thanking me, Chris, you saved my life. I was like, I didn't save your life. This dog saved your life. So these dogs make a big impact. And plus, they can focus in more on these dogs instead of what? Isolating, thinking about suicide, drinking, drugs, whatever the case may be, because it refocuses them. And these dogs actually refocus these veterans and first responders. So, I mean, the need for these, for programs like this and, service dog is tremendous. The program, I know here on the Eastern Shore, we cover Maryland, Delaware, and Virginia on the Delmarva Peninsula, and there's no program like this. So, especially for this area, there's a great need for it. A lot of times, I mean, there are people out there that train, but a lot of times these veterans and first responders have to pay for it. And usually, the average cost is anywhere from $30,000 to $60,000. And, if you got a veteran or a first responder that's out on disability, they don't make a lot of money. So with our program, like I say, it's totally free for them. I know a lot of times with like the VA, their first instinct is to give you meds. You got a pill for this, you got a pill for that. I know when I first started, I was on 14 different meds. With these dogs, they've taken a lot of these veterans and first responders off a lot of these meds. So, you're replacing pills with a dog. I always say there's no medicine like a dog. Pills, they don't give you unconditional love like a dog does. We have a Facebook, US Kennels Inc. We also have a website, uskennelsinc.org. And you can actually pick a dog that you want to sponsor. It could be anything from $10 a month to, on up. Then we also have a donation page on our website. Anything like that, no matter how big, how small, is a help, is a big help.
I need you to get me out of the country, out of here, away.
All in exchange for a sip of coffee?
Yeah, it's Black Rifle Coffee. Let's try some.
Later, loser!
Why don't you head over to blackriflecoffee.com and get yourself set up with a coffee club subscription.
This winter, enjoy more of Ocean City for a little less. Enjoy seaside escapes and coastal cuisine. Enjoy small crowds and big fun. Enjoy rising with the tide and leave all worries behind. Find your reason to smile all winter long in Ocean City, Maryland.
For your active dog, not just any dog food will do. It takes special care and nutrition to support their energy to work and play. That's why we made Kinetic Performance Dog Food. Each Kinetic formula is made with 3 animal proteins and no fillers like corn, wheat, or soy. This lets you feed less and still get more energy, faster recovery, and better weight maintenance. If health and performance matter to you, give Kinetic a try. We build it for our dogs, but you'll love it for yours.
Well, welcome back to Unleashed. Before the break, we're at the first annual OC Adventure Fest in beautiful Ocean City, Maryland, raising money and awareness for some great dog-related charities. You know, one of the organizations that's become very near and dear to our hearts is the U.S. War Dogs Association, a nonprofit dedicated to honoring and supporting our four-legged warriors and the handlers on the other side of the leash.
My name is Chris Willingham, and I'm the president of the United States War Dogs Association. We're at the OC Adventure Fest in Ocean City, Maryland this weekend. It's been an incredible event. Just to see that community effort come together and see some great support within the Ocean City area has been incredible. So the U.S. War Dogs Association was established in 2000 by 5 Vietnam dog handlers, and the mission statement is to honor our military working dogs and our handlers past, present, and future. And it's established in 2000. Well, the next year 9/11 happens, and with my generation of dog handlers started deploying to Iraq and Afghanistan. And so over the last 22 years, it's developed into a life cycle of practical support for military working dogs and their handlers, active duty and in retirement. So for active duty, we'll send care packages overseas. We just sent 200 out this year, as well as fulfilling specialized gear requests just to help increase operational readiness. When the dog gets ready to retire, we have a military working dog service medal for the K9, and that means the world to handlers. When that dog is long gone, like having anything that ties you back to that dog is going to mean the world to the handler. And our biggest piece comes into retirement. You know, military working dog handlers are able to adopt their dog out when the dog's done with their service, but there's currently no public funding for taking care of the dog's medical costs in retirement. That all falls on the handler. And anybody who served with one of these military dogs, they're going to do whatever they can to help provide that support. So it's a financial burden on the handler, and that's where we step in. So right now we have about 1,200 dogs that are on our retired program. I think that at the end of the day, the general mindset is if we're taking care of that dog, we're taking care of the veteran on the other end of the leash, which is incredibly important to us because we understand what that bond between that dog and handler is. And if you adopt one of your retired military dogs, it's like having one of your own personal therapy dogs. So if we can do anything to help take care of that dog's medical costs and let you just spoil the dog in retirement, that's what we want. I served in the Marine Corps for 20 years, and 17 of my years I was in the military working dog program. So from a handler, a trainer, instructor, all the way up to a kennel master and a program manager, like I've dedicated my entire career to that, and it's a true passion once you get into it and you see the individuals you get a chance to work with. And you take it a step further, some of the guys I deployed with and some of the incredible things they did in combat, and just to be associated with those Marines was, I mean, that absolutely means the world to me. There's a little piece of me too that, you know, I had a military working dog, Luca, just keeping her legacy alive. Because when I'm talking about war dogs and I'm talking about what our dogs have done for us, when I'm saying it like personally, I'm highlighting the individuals I served with and the ones that I lost. Max Donahue and Corey Weens were 2 dog handlers that belonged to me, and I was in charge of them, and unfortunately were killed overseas. If I can do anything to help keep their legacy alive, keep Luca's legacy alive to this organization, I'm going to do that. I absolutely love going up there and telling Luca's story. Like it's about her legacy, just keeping her legacy alive. Like she was the smart end of the leash, so the fact that I was able to be paired up with that dog and some of the things she did in combat and the reputation she earned as a Marine dog, absolutely incredible. You know, she passed away a couple years ago now, but she left a lasting legacy on a lot of individuals, that she became a true ambassador to the military working dog program. So any chance to go out and just kind of share her story, and again, it's not just about one dog. That's a catalyst for like bringing awareness to what military working dogs have done for our nation. So I absolutely love it. So for a U.S. War Dogs Association, if you go to our website at uswardogs.org, you'll be able to see a kind of case studies for what we've done. You can sign up for a free newsletter we send out every quarter, which we have some pretty incredible interviews that highlight individuals within the K9 community. But also throughout there, we got our links to our different email addresses. So hit us up and just see how you want to get involved. We have an opportunity to donate on there, and you can be a monthly donor to U.S. War Dogs, and then once we get to a certain level, we also provide corporate newsletters, our stewardship newsletters going out to them to show exactly what your donations are going to support, like this exact dog received care because of your generous support. So we try to really give back and be completely transparent about everything we're doing and what the money is going to and what kind of dogs we're saving. But yeah, it just starts with going to the website and you'll get all the information there.
Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we've got left this week, but I wanted to say a quick thank you to Ocean City, Maryland, OC AdventureFest, the Hogs and Heroes Foundation, and Kinetic Performance Dog Food for putting on and supporting a great show that raised over $20,000 for some really important charities. You know, I'd encourage you to check out the organizations that we highlighted this week, Hurricanes Heroes, U.S. Kennels, and the U.S. War Dogs Association, and get involved with the important work that they're doing out in the community. But like I said, we're all out of time. I hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll see you next time on Unleashed.